Hi third graders! I wanted to hop on and give you a really quick video overview of the week of math so that you know what's going on, and hopefully I can answer any questions that might pop up. So it's pretty similar to last week, but I do want to show you. So before I do that, I do want to tell you that remember, all the math is getting dropped on Wednesday morning, so it'll all be available to you. Well, if you're watching this video, it's available to you now. So you could do it all today if you want, but make sure that you take your time and watch the videos. I'm noticing a lot of people are turning in math and they're not watching the videos, and I can tell. If we were in class, we wouldn't just give you math work to do without a lesson first. So the lesson is just as important as the tasks, okay? So don't just try and get it all done and knock it all out. Make sure you watch the lessons, okay? So I'm gonna log in, and I'm logged in as Carson right now so that you'll be able to see what your screen should look like. So I'm gonna go into the Google Classroom, and we have a little note from Miss Lynn, so I hope that you all see, when you log in, you see that and you'll read that and pay close attention to it. I'm gonna go to the classwork tab, and I'm gonna scroll down to math. So the first thing you have is your overview, and that's where you got this video from. So it says, this week in math, we're reviewing how to compare fractions using visual models, and we're learning how to find equivalent fractions. All the math materials are posted Wednesday morning. You can choose to do it all then, or you can break it up over a few days, whichever you prefer is fine. So if you want to do it all today, super. If you want to break it up over 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, super. It's all due next Wednesday when the next lesson gets put out. So you have plenty of time to do it, but you can also just get it done and then not have to worry about it. That's really your choice. You just have to make sure that you do it all in the correct order. Just so you know, you have 3 assignments to turn in this week. So I'm going to close that one, and now I'm going to go into part 1. I'm noticing a lot of kids are just stopping here. You need to click on View Assignment, okay? Sometimes there's more directions and more pieces that you can't see out there kind of on that stream page. So it says first thing you need to do is you need to watch Miss Shock's lesson. It's right here. Then you need to do the comparing fractions practice form. That's right here. So you're going to click on this. You're going to do it. After you hit submit on this form, you need to come back here and hit mark as done. Don't hit mark as done unless you've done the form. That confuses us because then we try and go and grade your form and we can't because you haven't done it. So don't click these until you do the assignments. So now I'm going to go back. Let's imagine I'm Carson and I've done that assignment and I hit mark as done. So it says that I can continue on to part 2 if I want, or I can stop right now and then just pick up where I left off tomorrow. I want to keep going. So I'm going to go to part 2. I'm going to view the assignment. It says watch some or all of these review videos below. There's 2 of them, equivalent fractions with videos and equivalent fraction models. Now, obviously, watching my video covered this information, but hearing things more than once is important. In the classroom, your teachers teach you things in multiple different ways, so it's important that you hear them more than once. So I am encouraging you to watch these 2 videos. They're not very long. Then I'm coming over here and I'm clicking on this Google slideshow. I'm noticing a lot of people are either doing one of 2 things. They're clicking this X. That's deleting it, not turning it in. So if you're getting your teacher saying, you turned in an assignment with no attachment, that's because you're clicking this X right here. I'm also getting people who are just clicking turn in. That means that you're turning it in blank. So imagine that that's like, I passed out your worksheets and I said, okay, when you're finished, go turn them into the tray. And you just stand up right then and there and you walk and you turn in a blank paper. That's the same exact thing as just hitting turn in right now. What you need to do is you need to go in here. It says that you're going to do the first section. So I'm going to click into here and I'm doing just the first section. So I'm going to type my name and my date. So I'm Carson Shock, and today is April 29th. Okay, let me do it this way. Okay, I'm going to read the directions. They're the same as last week. Here are those same 2 videos, just in case you forgot to watch them when you're in the Google Classroom, they're linked up right here for you so you could open them and watch them again. Then I have a couple slides. Hey, these look just like those fraction strips that Miss Schock was talking about in her video. Okay, so 1/2 is the same thing as 1 2/4. 2/4. Don't worry, I'm going to erase this. I'm not going to do part of Carson's work for him. So then I would do the same thing over here. 1/3 is the same as how many sixths? I'm going to drag up as many as I need just to make it equivalent. So I don't need all of them, do I? Just need enough to make it equivalent. 2/6. That makes sense, right? Okay, so I am going to undo that because I don't want to do Carson's work for him. I want him to learn the math too. Okay, same thing on this page. Drag up the number of pieces that you need. Fill in the equivalent fraction. This page is similar, but you don't have to fill them in. You can just look at where the line is. How many fourths is 6/8 equivalent to? It looks like 3. So is 6/8 equivalent to 2/4? No, I just figured out that it was 3. Okay, so that's how you do that page. And then this page is putting up all the fractions that are equivalent to 1/2. So it looks like nothing on the thirds is going to be equivalent to 1/2 because there's no line in the thirds. So if I have thirds, I can go ahead and just hurry up and put those all over here because none of the thirds can match up. There's no line on the thirds that matches up. Well, but 2/4 does. See where I'm going with this? Okay, undo that. I don't want Carson to do that work. I want him to do it, not me. Okay, that's the end of section 1. So if I'm stopping for today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to just close this tab and move on, okay? Then tomorrow rolls around and I accidentally paused the video. Whoops. Okay, so tomorrow rolls around and I want to do more math. So I'm going to come back here and it says I have to do part 3. It says watch the video and then complete the second section of the Google slideshow and then turn it in. So this is the end of the Google slideshow. It says you have to go back to the slideshow you were working on yesterday if you closed it. So I kept the tab open. So now I'm coming here, I'm doing this second part. Okay, 2/3 is equivalent to, I've got to pick the one that's the same as 2/3. This is like the one that was in my video. They look the same, right? Yeah. So 4/6. I got that from right here. That makes sense. Okay. Then kind of the same thing. Are these two equivalent? Yes or no? Are these two equivalent? Yes or no? Then now you're going to find two equivalent fractions. So you're dragging them from down the bottom and typing in the fractions. And then the last page you have to do, 1/4 is equivalent to, those two look the same, don't they? Yeah. So I would type 1/4 is equivalent to 2/8. And then I would continue. And then it says, you're done with this math assignment. Go ahead back and turn it in. Or you can do the extra slides. There's 2 extra slides if you want more practice. So assuming I'm done, I'm going to close that. I'm going to go back. And I'm going to go back to part 2 because that's where it is. And I'm going to hit turn in. So that's the end of day 2 and 3, part 2 and 3. Okay. There's one last part, and that's part 4. There's 2 videos to watch if I need the review. These ones I think are important. You should probably watch them. They're both short. Then there's this explanation. It says, look at the model and the written student explanation in the blue box. Then write to explain if you agree or disagree with the student's work and why. Try and use the words from the word bank in your answer. Consider this like Puzzled Penguin. This is Puzzled Penguin's work. Is he right or is he wrong? And then explain it over here. So you would type your answer right here. Okay? All right. So it's not a whole lot this week, about the same amount of work as last week, maybe even a little bit less. You got this. It's going to be a super week. Make sure you reach out to me if you need help with anything. And I hope to see you on the Zooms and I hope to get emails from you because I miss you guys. Bye! Happy mathing!